and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm very excited because I got to meet a new set of students from Vaze College, Mumbai, since I'm teaching with Startup Skill Development Institute. So I'm always very blessed to meet a lot of different students. And today I met these beautiful students from third year BCom, and three of my students, Nikita, Saloni and Shruti, they had their questions. So Nikita wanted to know something. She actually set the tone for the class. She said that when I asked her, what are your expectations from this class? So she said that she wants to be a good communicator. She wants to communicate well. Since we are talking about communication, she said that I want to be good in communication. Then there was Shruti, who said that she's good in singing and that she would like to actually bring a balance between emotional and the professional life. So she wanted to learn about that. And the third person, Saloni, she actually spoke about how she wants to be like me. She wants to be a good speaker. She wants to speak out because she says that I have a problem speaking, so she wants to speak out and she wants to be like me, which I disagree to. I don't want any of my students to be like me. I want them to be just like themselves. I want them to respect themselves for who they are, work on themselves, invest in themselves, and then go ahead. So this is what I wanted to tell all of you, that communication is the crux of all good business, of your professional life. So when you are going to communicate, you should know how you will communicate, who you will communicate, what kind of body language you will have, what kind of language you will speak, or for all this you will be marked out. For my students who are coming in to be in my class, let me tell you, this video is is made specially for you. So when you are coming into my class and I tell you that communication is very important, please understand that you will have to now start being very observant. Very observant. You need to observe my body language as well. You need to observe how I speak as well. If there is any lapse, you need to tell me that this is not the way we want you to speak, or this is not the way we want you to sit. This is not the way we want you to display your body language. This is not the way. You can also tell me. So I always keep telling my students that I have come to learn from you. I have come to learn many things from you. So it is important that you also will tell me what I need to learn. When I come to learn from you, because you are the young generation, you have so many things that you have learned which are new to me, which probably I've never heard of. So I have come to learn from you. I am a learner. I'm a lifelong learner. And for me, being a lifelong learner keeps my mind open to new learnings. So that is why I keep telling my students, be a lifelong learner. Be a person who will learn at every instance. You observe, you learn. You observe, you learn. And when you become a lifelong learner, you will actually understand that it's the most beautiful thing. It's the most beautiful thing to be a lifelong learner. My students had also asked me, how will they be good communicators? For that, I said that you need to start reading. I will keep stressing on this all the time with all my students and all people who come in contact with me. I will keep saying, do read. Apart from your academics, apart from the books that you read, apart from the newspapers. Of course, newspaper is also very important, but then you need to start reading the books that are necessary for you. I've got some of these books. This is one book. My students had asked me, what book should we read? Get your hands on anything that you can get your hands on. Whether it's English, Hindi, or any other language that you have learned, go ahead and pick up those books. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So this is one book which is really powerful, and you can think of reading this book. The other book is that The Laws of Power. Laws of Power. This book is by Robert Greene. You can think of reading this book as well. This is another wonderful book. Okay. I've got just a couple of books, but then there are so many other books that I will share with you. This is another book which I really like, How to Be Rich. Why am I telling you to read books is that readers are leaders. I will keep stressing on this. Readers are leaders, and how will you communicate well? When you go to your professional life, when you go to an office, you don't have to think. Suppose someone in the office says, okay, now you have to come up and you've got to give a speech. There, you don't have to search for your words, because when you read a book and you learn a new word, those words will immediately come into you, and it'll stay here in your hard disk. It'll be saved here. So when you are going to be speaking, you are going to actually take out those words from your hard disk and you're going to utilize it. You're going to retrieve it from your hard disk and you're going to speak. Now there's another book which is by Sam Deep and Lyle Sussman. These are smart moves for people in charge. Smart moves for people in charge. So you can think of reading this book as well. This is a great book for to invest in yourself. I'm reading this book and this book is amazing. Ramtha, the White Book. This has been given to me by one of my best friends to read, and he has said that you can pass it on to other people who want to read this book. This is a wonderful book. If you want to rediscover yourself, discover yourself, go deep inside yourself, this is one book, Ramtha, the White Book. And it is all about finding the godliness inside yourself. The other book which I am going to read, I still haven't started reading, is 75 People Who Changed the World. This is one book which you can think of reading. You can think of reading this book. This is an awesome, superb book. The other book that you can read, and I really like this book very much. This is by Chip Heath and Dan Heath. These two writers have written this book, The Power of Moments. The Power of Moments. This is one book which you can think of reading. This is a wonderful book because we need to live in the moment. If we have to succeed in life, we need to live in the moment, not in the past, not in the future. We need to live in this moment to be successful in life. That is what is important. And these are just some of the books. There are more books which I'm going to show at the end of this video. I'm going to put up the pictures of those books. You can think of reading those books as well. But then, if you can download Kindle, just download Kindle from your app store and you can have a variety of books at your disposal. You don't even have to go searching for books. Of course, a lot of people like me love the feel of books and pages. So we love turning pages, so we buy books. But for those of you who are always on the move, you are traveling to college or to office, that's the time when you can just have your Kindle on your phone itself, download it from the app store, and you can actually read as many books as possible. You can buy those books. Some books are free as well. The other thing that you can do so that you can build your word power is to subscribe to dictionary.com. Or you can go to Google, and also in Google you can subscribe to their dictionary there, and these words will automatically come to your email address. It will be sent to your email as soon as you subscribe. These words will come, and imagine when you start learning one new word every day, that's 365 words in 1 year. And if you learn 2 words, that's 365 into 2. 3 words, that's 365 into 3. And you'll be having so much of word power. In a day, if you learn 5 words, that's 365 into 5 words. That's a lot of words you're going to learn in 1 year. Amazing, isn't it? That you will have so much of stock of words that you will probably start writing poetry. If you have the stock of words, you will probably start wanting, you would prefer to write a book, a fiction, and then you would also like to start writing on political issues. You would probably start writing on social issues. You would like to blog, you would like to podcast, you would like to start your own channel on YouTube. The choices that you have in your hand are millions. There are so many things you can do once you have that gift of words in your hands, and once you start reading, once you start gathering those words, you will be able to weave words in your own style. You might start writing songs as well. I have a student who sings. So Shruti, she could probably write her own songs once she has the power of words in her kitty. So these are some of the things that I want to tell you. When you want to become a good communicator, you have to be a good reader. And once you become a good reader, you get those new words. Once you get those new words, you're going to start weaving different kinds of things out of those words. You have such a wonderful activity to do when you become a reader, when you start reading. I'm going to keep sharing these sort of things with you so that you become a very good communicator, you become a good public speaker. And when you start singing, like Shruti, she sings. So when Shruti sings, she will definitely have to introduce herself, right? She will just not be singing, she will not just go in front of the microphone and start singing. She will have to introduce herself, she'll have to speak into the microphone, she'll have to speak about her history. So there she will need that skill of articulation, skill of speaking. And that is where your communication skills, if you keep honing it, if you keep working on your communication skills, that is when you become very strong as a communicator. So my classes on communication will be that I will push you, prod you, demand from you that you keep reading as much as you can. Even after you wake up in the morning also, keep some time aside to read. When you're traveling to your college, in a train, in a bus, in an auto, instead of looking at your phone into social media, which takes up a lot of time, you can actually read one page or two pages of a book that you're carrying with yourself, and you're done. And pick up those new words, keep them in your head, store them, retrieve them later on. So that's what I wanted to say on communication. I hope you have a great time reading books. At the end of this video, I'm going to put up some more pictures of books that you can read. So go through that, read as much as you can, and become a leader. I wish you all the best.